The time is finally upon us. The gods of old have finally graced us with the most highly anticipated mobile game of 2019. That game is Cup Noodle's Revenge, an endless runner with noodle-tastic gameplay. Oh, I mean, the Elder Scrolls Blades. So wash the taste of Fallout 76 out of your mouth, get those tapping fingers ready, because we've been blessed by Bethesda. Now is the time to find out if Blades is the ultimate Elder Scrolls experience in the palm of your goblin-like hands. Can a AAA developer create a competent, even worthwhile mobile game? The Elder Scrolls Blades is available on Android and iOS devices. First up, gameplay. Disregard everything you know about the Elder Scrolls gameplay and controls. This is not your grandma's Skyrim. This is a game built from the ground up for mobile, and it's all the better for it. The options available in its controls make for smooth questing. Choose from traditional joysticks, or go with tap and move. Even an option to play in portrait mode. Perfect for one-handed play while devouring cup noodles. Combat is just as smooth. Tap, hold, and release to perform attacks, tap spells to cast magic, and tap for special attacks. Now that the controls are out of the way, let's discuss what in the oblivion you do in this game. Endless quests of quests. That's not an understatement. You tread through dungeons, killing, looting, and killing. Now this may sound redundant, even boring, yet for some reason I'm hooked. This might have something to do with the loot loop, yet it's more to do with the leveling system, armor crafting, and city building. Wait, did I say city building? You mean like every other mobile game in the market? More on that later. Firstly, the desire to acquire massive loot is part of the driving force, whether it be wood, copper, coins, and so much more. Then use this loot to craft beefy armor, massive weapons, and so much more. Now on to the rewarding leveling system. It's not OMG so many options Skyrim rewarding, but definitely a read every detail before acquiring rewarding. Do I want to focus on magical spells, or maybe blunt force trauma? Then move up the skill tree and create a character that matches your playstyle. Many times I was stuck on which path to take. Now on to the city building. It's what drives the story and the quests. Rebuild a broken city to its former glory by using the gathered resources. Place buildings where you want them, and craft a city to your liking. As the prestige of your city rises, more quests are unlocked. I'm really glossing over the details here, mainly because I want to circle back to the combat. These skirmishes may seem easy at first, but soon you'll have to plan attacks, know when to block, and carefully cast spells. If you are attacked in the middle of casting a fireball, it could blow up in your face like that one time I spilled boiling hot cup noodles in my lap. Then you'll have to take into consideration healing, magic usage, and stamina. I guess what I'm trying to say is that the combat, while simple in performing, can be engaging and challenging. I just realized I'm complimenting this game like it's the best thing since Morrowind. For the most part, there aren't many negatives in the gameplay, unless you expected this to be a full-blown Elder Scrolls game. I'm not sure anybody did, but if so, this is a game about mini dungeon crawling, resource gathering, city management, and bandit hack and bashing. Sure, it's a grind, maybe even to a fault, but I can't knock it for what it is, a stripped-down Elder Scrolls meant for massive toilet time sessions. Next up, graphics. Not Oblivion, not Skyrim, more like a low-resolution mixture of the two. In the grand scheme of things, that's an achievement, yet not all is sunshine and rainbows. Some of the textures look muddy and dull. Then there's the human characters that look, well, they actually look like Elder Scrolls characters. If you've played enough of the Scrolls, that's not necessarily a compliment. Yet it's the environments and the lighting that shine here. Dungeons feel dark and dank, sunbeams glisten through caves, crystals light up the dark, and many other environmental pleasures. Now for the most surprising and in my opinion the best aspect. Equipping different armors actually equips the armor, meaning I can see how my character looks with my newly crafted gear. I know it's a small aspect, but we just don't get enough of that in mobile games. Too bad I can't see the gear in combat, no third-person view here. Although in terms of the gameplay mechanics, it makes sense. Despite the random low-res textures and the classic Elder Scrolls character models, the graphics need to be applauded. This is a very close representation of the Elder Scrolls universe, all crafted to fit in the palm of my paws. Get it? Because I'm a Khajiit? I will say the game has its fair share of graphical bugs. Movements can feel sluggish at times, the camera seems to stick in places, and again textures may pop in and out. I can't knock it too much, the game is still being tweaked and optimized. Plus it wouldn't be a Bethesda game without a few annoyances. Oh Bethesda, you did it again. Finally, free playability. I'll make this quick. The game has an unlockable chest system, gather chests on your adventure, then wait to unlock them for gear or resources. It also has a gem system. Use these to speed up unlocks, speed up building, or to purchase special weapons and gear. The reason I'm making this short isn't because the video is already too long, but because this monetization is the same we've seen a multitude of times. Essentially, it slows the game down, therefore asking for your money like some sort of beggar outside a tavern. Soon the massive wall surrounding your city will become a literal paywall. Even resources become a rare commodity. Luckily, there is an endless mode to circumvent some of this. So does this game receive a lower rating because of its monetization? Not necessarily, as I expected this. No AAA publisher is going to pass up on this money-making opportunity. If you're okay with the grind that is the grind, then playing for free will be a lengthy process. Looks like the Elder Scrolls uses the oldest trick in the book. Please tell me you understood that horrible play on words. Now that I've sliced rats mid-air, is Blades a download it, a give it a try, or a waste of space? The Elder Scrolls Blades slashes, loots, and builds its way in as a download it. The newer Scrolls. I'm not going to sit here and say this is the most epic scrolling adventure ever created. There are some graphical oddities, some redundant questing, and a recycled monetization. Yet I will say this is a fantastic example of what a AAA developer can achieve when they take mobile gaming seriously. There is a gameplay loop that kept me coming back for more loot, more levels, and more sword swinging. There's a graphical prowess that made me engaged in a tiny Tamriel. Soon questing became something to look forward to, the skill tree something to discover, and most importantly the combat something to conquer. So is it the ultimate Elder Scrolls experience in the palm of your goblin-like hands? Not really, yet it's close. If you ever wanted to enjoy the Elder Scrolls without the open world, with a stripped down story, without the third person option, with rewarding combat, then give this game a play. Or if you want to witness a mobile game that uses a popular IP and isn't a disappointing mess, but indeed a compliment to the source material, download it. As always, thanks for watching Tiny Little Games. Please subscribe to support my channel, like for more impressions, and ring that notification bell for video updates. Fun fact, my first Elder Scrolls game was Morrowind. I thought that was the first game in the series.